Ever since I posted my first Geometric Smashable Heart cake tutorial, this trend has gone absolutely viral. To celebrate the 2-year anniversary of that video, I wanted to do something special. So in this video, we're making an absolutely stunning GEODE Geometric Smashable Chocolate Heart. This pinata heart is studded with rock candies that have been painted in pink and purple food coloring, as well as topped with edible gold luster dust and 24-karat gold leaf. With just a few ingredients, we can upgrade the look of our smashable heart cakes and give it this beautiful geometric geode look. Hi everyone, this is Rima from Cake It To Me. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and let's get started. I'm starting off with a combination of lavender and bright white candy wafers. If you can't find these colors, you can always use oil-based food coloring specifically for chocolate. To thin it out, I'm using vegetable shortening, and as always, we're using the amazing flexible mold from Cake It To Me with a level back. I'm going to start off by melting the candy wafers and adding some vegetable shortening to it to thin out the chocolate. If you want the full detailed instructions, you can always watch my original Smashable Cake Heart video. I have really detailed instructions of how I melt the chocolate and then I cover the mold with it. The link for that video will be available in the description below. Many of you have watched the video and you know that I like to melt my chocolate down and tilt around the mold so that it covers the entire heart. And then I go in with a brush to neaten up the edges and make them nice and solid. To make the geode topping decoration, I'm using this rock candy that has been crystallized. I got mine just the way that it looks here, but you can also get them from the rock candy wooden skewers that you usually see them on. We're going to take these candies and stick them onto the heart using a little bit of extra melted chocolate. Once the heart is solidified in the freezer, it's time to get it out of the mold, and I'm just going to take it off on a cake board and flip it over, and then using a glove, I basically hold the heart down and peel back the silicone mold. This just prevents any fingerprints from getting onto the heart. And by the way, if you're having trouble removing the heart from the mold, it just means that it's not been frozen for long enough, so just pop it back in the freezer and it'll come out really easily. To make the process easier for sticking on the rock candy, I'm taking the extra melted chocolate and putting it into a piping bag. Make sure you're using a piping bag that's made for candy, and it can be microwaved several times because this will tend to get a little cold. Now we're ready to stick on our rock candies, so I'm just going to place a small dollop of the melted candy chocolate and then quickly paste on my rock candies so that it solidifies and stays in place. You want to work really quickly and have everything ready to go because the chocolate heart is quite cold and the melted chocolate that I'm piping onto the heart solidifies really quickly. Also, make sure that you have a bunch of candy pieces on hand because this is a lot like putting a puzzle together, and some pieces will fit better on some edges than others. Especially for the edges, you want to try to get the biggest candy pieces so that when we paint them gold, the gold border will really stand out. This is how my candies looked at the very top of my heart. It's kind of like an oblong oval shape that they're in. As pretty as this was, I wanted to give this heart a little bit more sparkle and design, so I decided to make some more geode designs on both the corners of the heart. This is how my heart looked with all the candies placed on the side, and I just thought it looked so beautiful even just the way this was. To fill in some of the gaps in the geode trail at the very top, I placed a couple of rock candies in between the bare spots so that there wouldn't be any pink candy showing through. Now it's time to paint the rock candies to give this heart a little bit more dimension. So for that, I'm using 3 small bowls, some gel food coloring, and a couple of tools like paintbrushes and measuring spoons. I'm also using some edible gold luster dust to give it the final gold border. I'll show you that a little bit later. We're going to begin by adding a drop of food coloring as well as some luster dust into each bowl. Then, since we'll be using the food coloring right away, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of vodka to each of my food colors so I can liquefy them and almost turn them into a clear paint. Then using a flat brush, I'm just going to start by painting the pink food color on the inside of each geode design. All you have to do is just hold the colored vodka mixture next to the candies and they will start to absorb the color very easily. Also, if you find that the first time you painted the color isn't strong enough, you can let it dry first and then add a second coat on top to make the color brighter. Now for my second layer of paint, I wanted to do a purple color, so I just took some of the blue mixture and I added it to my pink color and to make it purple, and then I started painting the purple all around the pink. The next step is to paint a golden border around the geode design, so I'm just adding about a half a teaspoon of vodka to a quarter cup of luster dust and making a paste out of it. Once that paste is made, I'm just using it to paint a golden border all around the geode designs. Next up, I wanted to give this heart a marbling effect, so I wanted to create some beautiful white lines that you usually see in natural stone. And so using a little bit of white candy, I basically spooned it into rustic lines all across the heart. You can also use a piping bag to paint more precise lines. Once the lines were onto the heart, I used some extra gold luster dust and I painted some of the lines gold, so it looked like a gold and white marble effect. For the finishing touches, I added some edible white glitter and sprinkled it all over the heart using just a regular paintbrush. I also used some edible gold leaf and I pasted it onto different parts of the heart. Here is the final look at this absolutely beautiful Geode Smashable Chocolate Heart. It is so pretty in person and I had so much fun making it. If you'd like to make this geometric heart yourself, the link for the mold and mallet kit is included in the description below. And now there is really only one thing left to do. You know what we have to do. We just have to grab the solid wood mallet that comes with the kit and give this heart a good smash. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial for a Geode Smashable Chocolate Heart. If you did, please like this video, and if you have any questions about the process, please leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!